guys, a really warm welcome back to today's video. If you're new, I'm Lara. Thank you so much for popping by to check out this video. Today we're going to be talking all about how to save money on your heating bill this year, how to keep warm this winter, how to heat the person, not the house. Just lots of tips and helpful ways to not be spending a fortune on our electricity and our heating bills this year, because obviously we all know we're coming into a very difficult time and everything is already super expensive, and you know, winter's coming. It's the 1st of October today, and we're going to be definitely getting that heating on soon. Let me know in the comments if your heating is on already. I'm holding off. We had a couple of really cold days last week and I was tempted, but I've been doing these tips and I thought I would share them with you for anyone else who's looking to obviously cut back on their electricity costs, their heating costs, and save a little bit more money, or perhaps, you know, you can't afford to put the heating on. So there's going to be loads of ways here to help you guys stay warm this winter. If it's helpful, why not consider sharing the video with someone that might find it helpful as well, or give the video a like, and that means more people will be able to find it. If you're new here, as I said, I'm Lara, and I would love to have you here as a subscriber. I share loads of money saving videos here on this channel, loads of ways to live your best life on a budget, loads of ways to make more money, whether it's side hustles, whether it's budgeting support, or whether it's just lifestyle cozy videos, because I do love to share the ways in which I'm frugal, but in my everyday life. So I'd love to have you here as a subscriber. If you are new, click the button here, I think I got it right, and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I've had to shut the blinds because it's one of those October rainy days that's suddenly really bright and sunny, which is beautiful, but it is messing with the lighting. So I've shut the blind off. So I've got loads of tips here. I'm going to share them with you. I've been writing them down as I've been doing them this week, and I've been thinking about different ways in which we can help each other. If you've got any other tips, do leave them in the comments below, because everyone reads them and they want to hear your tips as well. So yeah, do get involved in the comments, and I hope these are really helpful if you're struggling to pay your energy bills, or you just want ways to save a little bit of money here and cut back so that we can afford to pay for food and other things like that. If you are new to my channel, I've got loads of other money saving videos, as I said, so I will be leaving everything linked in the description bar. And if I mention anything, then I will also leave that linked in the description bar for you as well. So first of all, the inspiration for this video is because the other day it was absolutely freezing and I refuse to put the heating on at the moment. I'm gonna just eke it out as long as I can until we have to put it on. I was so cold and I was like, right, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna vacuum the house. Let me tell you, by the time I finished my vacuuming, I was boiling, and that really warmed me up. So move your body, use this time, don't sit still. That's when you're going to get a real chill, and it will sort of go through to your bones. So if you are able to, hopefully you can sort of just get up and do the vacuuming, or just like a 10-minute speed clean or something like that, or a 10-minute sort out, declutter, anything like that, just to move your body, and it will really warm you up. So I'm really bad at this because I sit at my desk all day editing or writing or whatever I'm doing that day, and I won't move, and I will get freezing this way. So get up if you can, move your body. Even if you're sort of in your chair, move your arms around, move your sort of as much as you can of your body, and it will definitely help warm you up. Okay, tip number 2 is to invest in things that are going to keep you warm. So I just recently bought this Amazon jumper. It was very, very warm. I actually had to take it off by the end of the day because I was so hot. But it was inexpensive and something that I'm going to be able to wear. It's just like my work from home jumper now. The cat can go on it. She can paw at me. She ruins all my jumpers. So this is going to be her jumper that she can freely paw at me. And obviously it's just, you know, not going to be a best thing to wear outside or anything, but it's going to keep me warm. So I'll link that one in the description bar. But think about maybe investing here if you can, so that you don't need to put your heating on. Invest in something that's going to keep you warm to wear. An additional point to this is, if you can afford to, or even go to, you know, get them from charity shops, from Vinted, invest in woolen items. These are really good quality. They will last for years and years and years. Better quality than like the fleece thing that I wore, but obviously it's much cheaper to buy that one. But invest in woolen items, and if you can, like sheepskin. And you know, it doesn't have to be like the designer sheepskin like Uggs or anything like that. You could just buy a more affordable option. As long as it's sheepskin or wool or something like that, the fabric and the material is going to keep you warmer, and it's obviously going to last for longer as well. Okay, the next one is to pop a hat on. Obviously we know our heat comes out of our head, it's going to be escaping from our head, and if like it's not just for outside, you can sit and have a hat on indoors. So this is just going to keep all of your heat in your body a lot better and for a lot longer. Pop a hat on. Even if you're just sat there watching telly, who cares? You're gonna be warm. And if you wanna take it to the next level, chuck a scarf on as well. And yeah, just basically dress for the outside in, and then you won't need to heat the house to keep as warm. The next one is do not sacrifice fashion for warmth, or the other way around, warmth for fashion. If you are wearing like jeans maybe, and you don't want socks showing, you're gonna get so cold this way. So invest in some fluffy socks and get them on. I actually wore 2 pairs of socks the other day because my first pair were not actually keeping my feet very warm, so I put a fluffy pair on the top. And you know, you can get these as like slipper socks as well, but these are going to keep your feet warm. And especially if you're outside, don't have your ankles bare because you're going to get freezing. That's going to get into your bones and you're going to get really cold. The next one, if you're feeling the cold, just run your hands under warm water, especially on your veins. It's going to go through your blood system. It's going to warm you up. And that little act, it could take like half a minute, and just warm your hands up, or your feet, put them in a bowl of hot water. It's really gonna heat your body up, and it's gonna go throughout your entire body and heat your bones as well, and it will actually heat your whole body. The next one is fleece-lined leggings. I bought these to go to, I think it was the Himalayas? I'm not sure when I bought them, but they're a game changer. They're so comfortable. You can buy them in Primark, on Amazon. I'll link them below, the ones I use. And they are like fleece lined. They're so warm and so comfortable as well. I did mention this in my video of energy saving hacks recently, but it is to boil the kettle once and then use that water in a flask to then make the rest of your drinks for the day. So you're not boiling the kettle each time. I think it's about 4p each time you boil the kettle, maybe 5 if you put more water in, but that's gonna be done for the day. So rather than making a cup of tea fresh every time, boil the water, put it into a flask, and you can use that throughout the day to make your new tea. Now, I did a reel on this one over on my Instagram, which is Lara, Joanna, Jarvis. Come over and check out my social media if you don't follow me there already. I share daily tips and hacks to save money, and this one is claim the benefits that you're entitled to. So obviously there's a grant from the government for everybody at the moment of £300 for their heating bill, their energy bill, and there's also different levels of grant as well that you can be entitled to. So whether that's for older people or people with disabilities or people out of work, there's lots of different available help at the moment. Obviously, we all know it's not going to be the price of how much we're spending on our electricity bills, but it's there to help. So make sure you are getting that help that you're entitled to. While we're speaking about this, insulation is so important, and there is actually grants available from the government to help insulate your property. We had our house insulated, and oh my gosh, I could literally tell the difference immediately. Obviously, it's an outlay unless you get it with the grant, but it makes such a difference. So look into insulating your property, whether that's the roof in the loft or in the walls. Cavity wall insulation really makes a massive difference. Now the next one, this is my new favorite thing ever. I did a whole experiment on my Instagram where I did a story throughout the day of running this. It is an electric blanket. So I bought this from Amazon, and actually I'll link it below for you because I think it's back in stock. We kind of like broke the internet when I first shared it and they all went out of stock, but now it's back in, so I'll share it with you guys in the description bar. But it was, what did I say? So it was 8p to run an hour. But I also had my vacuum cleaner charging. I had all the laptops on. Stu works from home, I work from home, so we had those running. We had all the devices going, like normal stuff. So it was definitely less than 8p, probably more like 6p an hour to run it. And obviously that's gonna be way cheaper than running your electricity, and you're heating the person, not the room or the house. So this is like where it kind of it shows how important it is, because obviously to heat the room, heat the house, you're gonna cost a fortune. If you're just one person, or you're just, you know, if you can buy a couple of electric blankets like we've done, you can heat the person. Like if it's in the morning before it gets warmed up throughout the day, it's really cold in our room where we have breakfast. So we put the blanket on, warm up the person, and then we're not actually spending loads of money to put the heating on. So definitely, if you can, invest in an electric blanket. From the research I've done so far, it costs a lot less money to run than the heating. It's an obvious one, guys, but layer up, and I'm talking like base layers if you can, even if it's just cotton vest top, tuck that in. If you've got like an exposed back, that's where the heat's gonna come out or the cold's gonna go in. So layer up, obviously you've got sort of 3 or 4 layers before, maybe a jumper, and then with your fleece lined leggings, you can put that underneath some trousers, double up with your socks. It's all about layering up and getting that heat caught between the layers, and that's what's going to keep you warmer. The next one is just go outside and either go for a run if you're able to, or go for a brisk walk, and this will really get you warmed up, which is crazy because you're going out into the cold, but honestly it will really warm you up. You'll get your blood going, flowing through, and it will keep you nice and toasty. The next one is about drafts. Now there can be drafts everywhere from the window to the door, underneath floorboards. We have a cupboard in our main bathroom under the sink, and you can hear it whistling through. So these drafts are going to be sucking out all the hot air if you are heating your house and bringing in loads of cold air. So make sure you're going around and draft excluding wherever you can. Also with the radiators, you know, we've seen these things on the news about putting tinfoil behind them. Basically don't cover them. So if your sofa's up against it, make sure you pull it away so the heat can go up and over. If you've got curtains, make sure they're tucked above, tuck them onto the windowsill rather than on here, because all the heat is just going to go out the window basically. So just make sure you're being really effective if you are using your heating, that you're not letting it escape out of the room. The next one is the same sort of thing, is to shut your curtains before dusk, because you've heated the room. If your curtains are left open, that heat's going to escape out of the window, whereas if you shut them up, we use blackout curtains as well, so it's really good for keeping in the heat. Shut them up before dusk, and obviously I spoke about this last time and someone did mention about having getting seasonal depression, seasonal affective disorder, where obviously you need more sunlight. So definitely get out there in the morning, get the sunlight, get the vitamin D, whatever's left in the sun at that time of the year, but make sure you're getting enough sunlight to keep your mental health okay. But drawing the curtains in can really help keep the air from going out that you've heated up through the day, just from it being sunny and light coming through the windows. Don't let it go back out when it gets dark. The next one is with the oven. The oven is so hot, so once you've cooked your dinner, open up the oven and let that heat the kitchen or the room, wherever, you know, ours is like a kitchen diner, so it will heat the whole room, and you're using the power that you're already paying for on heating your food and cooking your food, and then you're using that to then heat the room as well, so you're just doubling up. Now there's 2 schools of thoughts on this, and I'm probably more of this side, which is set your heating to 16 degrees as a constant, so you're not paying loads to heat it up from 0, and it's just a constant warm temperature, but without actually being really expensive. And I've shared loads of information in my energy bills video, which I will link below for you, where that says about having your hot water at a certain temperature when it leaves the boiler, so that it's not getting to this certain point and then actually you're never going to use it as much as it heats. So there's lots of ways to do this, so make sure you're maximizing that. But I think with the heating just running on low, it means that it's just never going to get too cold, and then when you do need to heat it up, it's not going from 0 to have to heat and pay loads of money to get to the right temperature. Now on the floor, so downstairs we've got flooring and hard flooring, but this can make it really cold. So think about putting rugs down. If you can't afford to buy rugs, maybe put towels down if you've got a cold, hard floor, because the heat is gonna be really, the cold is gonna be so cold. And obviously you're walking on it, it's your bones, it's gonna make you cold from the feet upwards. So put down rugs, and this will really help trap the heat in. Don't forget, a good time to get your winter duvets out. We've got shearling duvets, which I shared in my last video, which was about my shopping method. I invested in shearling sort of teddy bear fleece duvet cover, pillows, and I can use that on top of my duvet as well to really trap the heat in. So I've got the winter duvet out, and then a blanket on the top of that to really trap it in, and a blanket, you know, even if you're watching TV, put a blanket around you as well as layering up, because otherwise you're heating the room that actually you could just heat yourself. Heat the person, not the house, and you know, be much warmer underneath the blanket than you would do if you just had the heating blaring without that on top of you. And also, perfect time to snuggle up, guys. Get your pet, they get cold as well. Keep them nice and warm, get them a nice blanket to sit on rather than, you know, the paws on the cold, hard floor, and snuggle up and keep each other warm as well. There's no better time to snuggle down with a movie, and I actually did a reel yesterday on my Instagram, which was about the launch of Hocus Pocus 2, and it was just so cozy, and I'm like, this is snuggle season now, guys. I had actually the duvet cover that I bought, which was a teddy bear fleece, as a blanket, and it was so snuggly and lovely. But yeah, I really hope those tips have helped you, and check out my other videos for more money saving tips, more ways to make more money, side hustles, and lots more budgeting ideas as well. If you did enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys so soon. Don't forget to give it a like if you found it helpful, help more people find it. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.